to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Razavani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. It's 11 a.m, Johnny. We're a couple of hours away from the weigh-in. It's building up nicely.
Calm before the storm. It's nice. You're one of the first. In fact, you're the first one here. What's all that about? Did you sleep here last night?
I actually left quite late last night. Got up early, got on the train, got here. Saw you being flooded with fans outside, obviously wanting selfies and signed gloves. So it's nice to see in London. They still remember you.
Yes, or probably mistaken identity, but yes, it does happen sometimes.
What are you expecting to at the weigh-in?
I think this is the last chance both fighters, well, all fighters, to be able to leave that last impression before they get in the ring and meet each other. Then don't be surprised if Clarissa is going to step up and just take that one step forward. It'll be today. I think she'll be a normal self, loud. Verbal aggressive. They've made their way. All the waiting's been done. So of course this is what it's all about. You know what? It's picked up where we left off the last time, and now you know how it's going to run. It's exciting.
Johnny, just on Clarissa, there's a little video going around on social media yesterday. You were in the middle of it regarding a particular quote that was made about some sexual quote.
Yeah, I was there. I did an interview. You know, you've got some smart kids that have obviously dubbed it, shoved it about and put some little caption in it. I was there. That's foolishness. Yeah. So that's just somebody trying to play a little devilism there. But you know for a fact if that was the case, you know, I'd say yeah. But that conversation didn't take place when I was there, and I was there.
You know, I thought, absolutely. I thought that if you heard that comment, you would have certainly probably elaborated and jumped on it.
Of course. But if you listen, you get guys guys and girls like this still get a bit of footage, play with it, but that's how people are misunderstood, or people get in trouble for things they haven't said. So I was there. That conversation didn't take place.
Baumgartner and Maya, they've been at it every time they're together. Are they going to steal the show?
Gardner knows exactly what to do to wind Maya up. And why? Because she's given them the impression that she had a springboard. That my life was easy for her. Maya just stopped. No, I don't say that. She goes mad when that happens, and so Gardner thinks, right, because what she's got to do, she's got to get her to come and meet her in the centre of the ring. And if she meets her in the centre of the ring, it makes her job easier than having to try and outbox her. Because Maya, well, you know, she'll outbox her. She can outbox her, but she's got to get her angry, get her emotional, so she stands there to have a tear up. Because Van Garma can bang. So we'll just have to wait and see.
In your mind, do you see how these fights are going to end up, specifically the chief support and main event?
Well, I've said it before. I said don't be surprised if the layoff or the delay could have made a difference to the results. Reason being is because if you're a fighter and you're trying to get down to the weight, and you see that weight on weighing day, and you do it 2 or 3 times a week, 3 times a year, you'll cheat, you'll boil down, you'll get on the scales and done. So they were at the weight 5 weeks ago. They've had to realistically stay around that weight for the past 5 weeks, not be able to blow up and come back down again. They've realistically had to stay at that weight. So now they're fully fledged at the weight they're at. And so they've got that strength. You know, if you're coming down from a bigger weight, you've got a natural strength about you. So do not be surprised if you hear the words from fighters afterwards. I didn't feel as strong as I normally was. I just didn't feel as snappy. It's because now they've had to do the weight properly, and they've had to maintain it properly. So, but there'll be good fights. I think both fights are proper crowd pleasers.
Realistically and honestly, how big is this for women's boxing?
Massive. 15,000 tickets have gone. People that have invested in wanting to come and watch this fight are people that you wouldn't really see at boxing. It's pricked the imagination of so many new fans, young girls that want to box, that want to play football, that want to do whatever. They actually going to see something like this in front of their very own eyes, and it's a class night. you've got some good fights, and you're talking from to a guy that used to be a world champion, you know, and I know these fights are going to be wicked, and again, it just makes me smile because years ago you had promoters saying I'll never put female fights on, you know, that's not me. But now look at this, the UK is a place to be if you're a female fighter and you want to come through.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to a great night of action on Saturday night. Johnny, before I let you go, not sure if you saw those quotes or clip of Eddie Hearn yesterday. Just want to read you out a couple of things that he said yesterday in an interview where he said he questioned if there was Vada testing for Shields Marshall, and he went on and said he was 99% sure that there wasn't, which he then elaborated further, and he said that means that Clarissa Shields has not been tested and she'll be on the UCAD program, but she's actually training and did all her camp in America, so she really, what he was implying was that she really hasn't been tested. We'll come back to what Clarissa's response was, but with everything that's happened over the last week with Eddie, with Conor, the pressure, the media, the limelight.
The question is why? Why would Eddie want to all of a sudden turn the spotlight away from him and what's happening with Matchroom DAZN, with Conor and himself elsewhere? You know, I could easily do that with you. You know, the pressure's on me, so I'll say, "Oh, look at that," and start shouting out something. That's what Eddie's doing. I think Clarissa more or less shot him straight down and said, "Well, actually, no, this is the case." And you know, Eddie needs to deal with his own business. Stop trying to deflect. You've got more important things to deal with than this. That makes it petty. Deal with your own business, you know, and people are being respectful, as respectful as they can when asked about questions about the kind of situation. They're being as respectful as they can, saying, look, you know, let the investigation, you know, show its own way, tell its own truth, then we'll talk about it after. People are trying to be respectful. Tend to your own business, you know. Throwing stones, you know, especially living in a glass house, that just don't work out. You know, it's just a bit petty, if I'm honest with you.
With all, I know he's done a very limited amount of interviews on this particular topic, but
and why is that? You know what I mean? And that's why. So he'll freely talk about everything else apart from his own issue, what he's got to deal with at the moment. So why is that? If I throw everything at you, the last thing you're going to do is you say, yeah, but you did this, because you're batting everything off. So again, it's petty. It's petty, like.
Clarissa's response, and I'll read her response exactly word by word. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Lady Hearn, but me and Marshall have been getting randomly drug tested for the past 3.5 to 4 months leading up to this fight by Vada. Don't be mad because you wanted a fighter to risk their life against your fighter for a payday, loser.
Clarissa don't pull no punches, does she? And again, we're talking about something else instead of. We should be talking about our fight this week and the result of our fight this week. Eddie wants to say what he wants to say to try and do whatever he's doing, cast a shadow, cast doubt, say they're doing it too. It's not our business. Tend to your own business. You've got a successful business, that's what you do. You're a great promoter, that's what you do. So just deal with your own business in hand. You know, it's just stop trying to throw stones at everybody else.
I know promoters have rivalries, and promoters don't. It's the reality. Promoters don't like seeing other promoters do very well. It might not be all of them, but a majority of them. Now we saw.
It's business. It's just business. But you're talking to an ex-fighter. I ain't a businessman. I'm not an Eddie. You know, I'm not a Ben. I'm not someone from Sky or DAZN. I'm an ex-fighter. So usually I try and speak common sense and cut out all the foolishness. And I'm seeing a lot of foolishness here. So it just don't make sense to me.
Well, we look forward to a fantastic weigh-in today, Johnny. And yeah, roll on Saturday night. It's a big one tomorrow.
It'll be a big one, and you know, Sunday morning, that's what everybody's going to be talking about. Monday, that's what's going to be in the newspapers. And it takes the heat off other things for other people. So let's concentrate on Saturday night and having a great show.
Johnny Nelson, IFL TV, thank you very much.
I'm going to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.